What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing today? Welcome to episode 9 of the Share Button Podcast. We're going to have a fun show today. A lot of Xbox today, which is pretty cool because we don't really talk about Xbox a lot on the show. But, we've been talking a lot about the abandoned thing, which is a PS5-centric topic and everything. But we have that. Xbox had a showcase that happened at Gamescom. They dropped a game that has a lot of the good reviews for once, which is Psychonauts 2. We got Saints Row, Call of Duty, Skyrim, a lot of random games, a lot of random topics. But before we get into all that stuff, I want to go ahead and introduce our panel. So, Anthogar.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, Anthogar. We normally do what we're playing this week. So I've been playing a lot of Ni no Kuni 2. I'm really close to finishing the story, and I'm definitely going to go for the platinum on this game. I love this game a lot. And honestly, that's really all I played besides the Tale of Arise demo, but we'll talk about that later on the podcast.
You can go ahead and talk about it now because I actually don't even have it as a topic.
Well, honestly, the Tale of Arise demo is lit. It is so good. Like, the combat of the game is so good, right? It flows just as well as you would expect a Tales game to go. Whenever I always play those games, right, the way you could, like, finesse with the inputs, obviously, it's not a fighting game, but it's very similar to the input sections of a fighting game. You know what I'm saying? Gives you that Devil May Cry 5 feel that you can really push a combo far. But it looks really good. It runs really good. It's super cinematic, but yet you're in control of everything that's happening. And I tell you right now, I think this game definitely is going to sell well. I think it's going to be a good Tales title to put under. And it's a strong start for them in the generation.
Okay, cool. All right, well, JT.
What's up, everybody? I'm JT, Umbrella HQ on YouTube, and I've been playing, probably like everybody else, Ghost of Tsushima.
Nice.
I got a funny story about that because I started it up, and something happened where my file got erased. I beat the game already, but I must have erased my cloud save, so I was saved at the very end of the game. So I just went straight to the Island DLC, and I'm playing it, and I'm getting my ass kicked for like the first 4 hours, and I don't know why, because I wasn't that bad at the game, and I thought it just was because I'm not used to the controls. I come to find out later on that I accidentally switched the difficulty to lethal, and I ended up playing through the whole Iki Island DLC on lethal mode and beating it. But that shit was hard, man.
Oh wow. So. Did you have to beat the game up to the second act to get to Iki Island, or how was that?
I don't know, man, because like I was just gonna start a brand new game and then find out when to get to Iki Island, but somehow my file's erased, and the file that I had saved in the cloud was at the very last mission. So I had the whole entire game unlocked.
It's funny that you even say that, right? Because something I see across the board on Twitter is that a lot of people thought Iki Island was just difficult, like more difficult than the base game. So it's like you already were playing something that people are considering more difficult, and then you're playing on lethal. It's like, yeah, I'm telling you right now, Ghost of Tsushima is unforgiving. So that must have been really hard.
It was. I'll tell you right now, the Iki Island, it was way harder than the base game. So I mean, I can imagine what people were saying, but for anybody that knows me, I play games on the hardest difficulty period already, just so that I can get the most value in the longest time out of them. So I mean, it wasn't that much of a stretch for me. I could sit there and I'll fight the same boss for literally like 3-4 hours until I just get the perfect pattern. So
yeah,
it doesn't bother me at all. But I know that bothers some people, so that it was very hard.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I actually been playing Ghost of Tsushima, but interestingly, I haven't played the Iki Island thing at all. So I was lucky enough to be able to transfer my save from the PS4 to the PS5. So I got that to successfully work because I never played Ghost of Tsushima on PS5, like on my PS5 itself. I only played it on PS4, on like a base PS4. So it was like my first time actually playing it at like 60 frames and everything, but with the PS5 version. So that was really cool. I didn't play the Iki Island thing because when I started it, it said something like, oh, you had to like beat it without like leaving or something. I thought that's what it said. I really didn't know what it said fully. I was just like, no, I want to stay on the main island first and platinum the game because I didn't platinum the game. But I finished with platinum today, so it's like literally like a few hours before the podcast. I actually platinumed Ghost of Tsushima, so
that's a long ass platinum, bro.
Oh no, it's long, very long.
That game has so much stuff to do. And don't get me wrong, I love Ghost of Tsushima, and I thought about platinuming it. But respect to you to having the endurance for that, because there's a lot to do on that game.
Hey man, I give respect to anybody that's still going for platinums, because I stopped hunting for platinums on PS3, and the last platinum I got was like Resident Evil 5. After that, I'm just like, man, That's why I play games on the hardest difficulty, so I can unlock as many trophies as possible while beating it as least times as possible.
Yeah, the last one I got was Nier Automata. I did that like in January. That one was really fun though. I like that game a lot. To me, honestly, I'll platinum a game if I like the game and there's just no like ridiculously broken trophy. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a certain games that the difficulty for the platinum is just way too high and I don't have enough time to dedicate it for one platinum.
Yeah, I really, one of the platinums I really want to get at least one Resident Evil game platinumed, and I think I'll do it with Village, possibly. I never even beat Village on PS5. I beat it on PC, so I'm gonna buy it one day on console, so I could try to get the platinum, because I want one of those games platinums, because I feel those games are pretty hard, you know, because like the platinums are usually like beating the game on like the higher difficulties, and I feel like in those difficulty it changes up the game from like normal or even the normal like hard difficulty. So it'd be interesting to platinum one of those games one day. But yeah,
so you meant the worst things that you had to platinum are things that have multiplayer, like online trophies. And then the games don't exist anymore. Like you can't.
Yeah, nah.
Unless you got a team of people that's gonna play Resident Evil 5 with you online, you can kiss that platinum or gold achievement away. You're never gonna get it.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, nah. You can't.
The cool thing about games now, they put those trophies like separate from the list, which is really cool. Like they separate them from the platinum, which is really, really good. Like Ghost of Tsushima has multiplayer, but it's not a part of like the main platinum. It's like a separate trophy you could get. So that's pretty good. So I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, other than that, what happened?
I forgot to say. I also I finally started like a real playthrough through Horizon Zero Dawn. Because that game for sure, I'm going to platinum it. Like, I have it in my mind, guaranteed. And I just got to tell you, right? I love that game so much. Like, the way, you know, the different traps work, like with the bow and arrow, that you shoot one here and then you shoot one there. And, like, it hinders the monsters and stuff. It's like, when you really sit there, upgrade your character, and allow your character to use everything that the game wants you to use, I mean, that game is just absolutely top tier. Obviously, it's a little old now, so like when I watch the cutscenes, it looks like a little, you know, stiff compared to like the games we get now. But man, I'm having I forgot to mention that one. I'm playing that one. That one's really good so far.
Interesting. Yeah, I would actually like to play that game and platinum it too. But yeah, I just want a 60 frames per second version of the game or some type of PS5 version, because. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to play on PC, and I also, if I'm gonna play it, I want to like probably platinum it, because I already beat the game before. So if I were to go back, it's just to like actually get some trophies or something. But I will say, talking about that, the PS5 version of Ghost of Tsushima also comes with like other things, like the controller support and stuff like that, and also with the Japanese lip syncing. I've actually been playing the game in the Kurosawa mode, which makes it black and white and like the film grain thing, and also in Japanese. So it's been really fun. Like that, I played that for like 11 hours straight, like straight up black and white and in Japanese, and like it makes the game so much cooler in my opinion. But, like,
the first time you played it, did you play it with English voice acting?
Yeah. I played with the normal. Yeah.
I never heard the English voice acting at all, other than the trailers and everything, because I always play everything in Japanese with subtitles. But the lip syncing with the Japanese track, man, it really helps out, because it was jarring. It would throw me out of the cutscenes with the original game.
Yeah, that's
terrible. Especially because like for me, I would have liked to play it in Japanese, right? But I've noticed like a reoccurring theme for me, and it bothers me. It's just those little comments you miss because either something goes too fast or something said during a fight, or like you're in an intense ass fight, and then the people are having a conversation. And you're like, bro, honestly, I'm playing this on a way too difficult fight to concentrate on the dialogue and the fight itself. Like I had that problem with Nier Automata, and I ended up.
Real quick, man, let me just show some love to the chat, man. Gone Hunter's in there saying, yo, we got some people watching. I just want to let them know I see you, man. We see you. Thank you. Appreciate you watching.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I had that problem with Nier Automata. It was okay until a certain point where like this fight literally broke down the lore of the game, but the fight was so intense that I turned off the game. Yeah, I turned off the game. I was like, bro, I have to restart this in English because this is impossible. Like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, so you know me, I'm not really an anime watcher, so I really don't watch much things in a different language. So I mean, there's times where I watch Japanese like horror films or even Italian horror films and French movies, but I'm not the person to watch like the cartoons, like the animes and stuff like that. So like I don't really have a lot of time watching things like that. And I personally don't really like subtitles that much. I only like them to like aid listening. Like if I can't hear something, I like read it. But I honestly don't like it visually. Like I feel like it kind of bothers me sometimes. But playing Ghost of Tsushima, I had to put it on because it just always felt weird. Even in the beginning when Sucker Punch announced that they're making a Japanese game, it was just like an American developer is going to make a Japanese like historical game. It was like a weird like thing. But playing it and I like Akira Kurosawa, like the person that took many like a lot of the inspiration for this game. I like his films a lot. So playing this like that, you've got like the full vision. Like when they added the voice lip syncing, it made the game just. I feel like it works really well. But I will say, because I don't really have that much like I haven't really played a lot of games in Japanese or with subtitles at all. Yeah, the gameplay definitely like messes up, bro. Like I had that problem. Like I'll ride the horse, and I'm just like reading like as they're talking, and I'm just like, oh shit, I'm not even looking at like what I'm doing, because I'll just get into the dialogue, just start reading what they're saying, and like same thing with gameplay too. If you're fighting, people are saying stuff. It's kind of like, oh well, you can't really track it. It's not that bad because this game is not that crazy.
Oh, brother, so you're familiar with the Kurosawa movies, man. What do you think of the Kurosawa mode? You think it does it justice? Because I mean, I like all those old samurai classic movies, man. I love those. So
yeah,
I think when I go through my next New Game Plus, I'm gonna play it on Kurosawa mode just to see how it is.
Oh, bro, yeah. No, it is really cool. I mean, obviously it's a video game, so it's not the exact same. But I love that they put like a filter on the audio too to make it sound like it's an older movie. So like, they try their hardest to make it like feel like it's a Kurosawa film. The thing that's kind of off is the cinematography. Like he has a very specific way he shot the films. So obviously this is not like a one-to-one remake of that stuff. But I will say, when it comes to like the contrast of the image, like the lighting and stuff, there are so many times where I was playing it in black and white, and sometimes I'll turn it on to just see like what the actual environment looks like. And every time I was like, the black and white looks better. Like I don't know what it was, but like just the way like the image looked, it just looked a lot cleaner when it was black and white. And when I put it in color, it just changed the mood, you know? I don't know how to explain it. It's very hard to explain, but like when you experience that,
I mess around with the pictures in the filter mode a lot. Yeah. So I mean, I kind of get what you're saying, because I'll take a picture with like 5 different filters, and it'll change the entire emotion of the feeling of how the game looks.
And the picture mode for that game was like phenomenal.
Oh yeah, man. I just want to answer somebody in the chat. Quentin Bauer, he's asking if anybody has access to the PT demo. I did, man, but I traded in my PS4 with it for a PS4 Pro, so I don't have it anymore. I don't know if any of you, if Alberto or Anthony got a.
I don't have my original PlayStation that had it anymore either.
Yeah, I don't have access to it, but I did. Back in June, I streamed it. The VOD is still on my channel. I streamed PT here on the channel, on the live stream with you guys. Yeah, so you could watch that if you want to see someone play it. I gotta cut it out and like put it on like an actual video, because it's in a live stream where I play it. It's titled as I play it, but like we're talking about some abandoned news and stuff also with it. But so yeah, there is a full gameplay of beating. We actually beat the demo with us playing it, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, okay, let's get started with the show, because we kind of just we're talking about the games. But yeah, I will say before we move on though, the photo mode thing you're talking about. This is the first time, even in this PS5 version, because not even in the PS4 version I did this, but the first time I've actually used a photo mode. Like, if you follow me on Twitter, I actually posted like my first time posting some pictures I got off of a photo mode. So it's kind of opening my eyes, like, hey, this thing is actually pretty cool. I kind of like it.
I know we got to segue. I know we got to go to the other topic, but real fast, man. What do you think makes it so makes this photo mode so accessible? Because there's been photo modes in other games, and I've never used them, but I think it's the fact that it's so easy to push, just pushing the right D-pad, and it sticks you right into photo mode.
Bro, yeah, yes. I think that's
me. Yeah, I'm a big photo mode hater for a very long time. Like, I even hated photo mode in God of War 2018. That's like one of my favorite games of all time. Like, I used to tell Bert all the time, like, I hated how you could, they had pictures of Kratos like that. I just thought it was so stupid. But to me personally, the thing I like so much about this photo mode is how in-depth it is, and it doesn't change the aesthetic of the game. It actually adds to it, as opposed to making them break character for the sake of a photo. Alberto, you still there?
My fault.
But yeah, so what's the first topic?
Yeah, no, I heard you were talking about the God of War photo mode or whatever. My fault.
No, I was just saying that for Ghost of Tsushima, this I like the photo mode so much because it doesn't break the aesthetic of the game. It's not a photo mode for the sake of a photo mode, so we can have funny, cute pictures of two characters.
Oh well, you
like,
could do that. On Ghost of Tsushima, you can make him do like a little kissy face or whatever, which is like.
Can you really?
Yeah.
I didn't even see an option when you did that.
Yeah, you could do that.
You can
my
change his
favorite
face, his emotions, and everything.
Oh, so yeah, I didn't see that, but I normally dislike that in photo modes. But to me, I like how it really just is like you said, transitions so seamlessly into a photo mode, and it just really there's so many things to do to make the picture feel picture worthy.
I think it's just the game just looks so good too, like the environments and everything. It's just like
that helps. That's a big help.
Yeah, it's a big help, and I think it's just because the game, especially for me, because I watched a lot of these films in college, the Kurosawa films. So like, this comes from film, like, you know what I mean? It comes from a visual format, it comes from movies and stuff. So like, taking pictures within this game just feels like you feel like you're shooting a film within that genre, you know? For me, that's what made me like it the most.
I didn't know you saw it in college, man. The nerd in me has to ask, what's your favorite Kurosawa film, man?
So Rashomon and Yojimbo, those are really good ones. Seven Samurai is really. I'd say probably I would probably say Yojimbo, but I'm very biased because that's the first one that we watched.
I was gonna say I'm stuck between Yojimbo and Seven Samurai.
Seven Samurai. Have you ever seen Rashomon?
Not the whole thing. I've seen clips from it, but I've never seen the whole thing.
That one's really cool. That like the premise of the movie is pretty interesting. So yeah, that one's a pretty good one too. I haven't seen all his films, but that's where I watched most of it was in college. We watched it in class and stuff. So yeah, that's where I learned a lot about that stuff. But yeah, man, great movies. Watch it. I actually want like 4K prints of those movies. I'm hoping for that to be a thing. So, well, I'll holding hope for it. So we'll see what happens. But all right, so let's move on to the show because we haven't even started. So I'm sorry, guys. We have a lot to talk about. So we're starting off the show with a few Xbox topics. So if you're an Xbox fan, this is a great day for you. Oh wait, actually, sorry,
no, it's not.
The first thing we'll talk about is something that the chat would like a lot. Is a blue box topic. So we'll talk about the blue box topic real quick. So basically, this happened August 18th. Abandoned will be free for players who purchase Blue Box's previous unfinished game, The Haunting, which is like some game where you take a picture of a ghost or something. Listen, to me, I personally want to kind of keep this whole thing short because I don't really feel like it's that, like, I don't know. It's weird. Honestly, I don't know, guys. Like this entire topic, this whole thing is just like strange. Like very.
I don't want to segue. Yeah, I don't want to segue into a 45-minute conversation about conspiracies and Kojima and everything. But I will. The only thing I can add to is that I saw like conflicting articles. The first thing I saw said that you're not going to get Abandoned for free. You're going to get one of their previous games.
Yeah, agree.
And then it switched over. Then it switched over to you're going to get Abandoned for free. So that's all I can say. It just didn't weird things about it.
Yeah, it's just continuing with the weird stuff. Like, all it is just weird. It's like, yeah, they're saying they're going to give you a free game if you bought the other game, but it's like, okay, how was I supposed to buy the other game? Like, where's the other game? Like, I think the other game popped up on the PlayStation Store, but, like, it wasn't available for purchase at all. It's on Steam. It actually released on Steam, but also got pulled because it was like an early access or whatever. So, I don't really have much to say about it. I don't know. Like, you guys know my stance on everything. It's a weird situation. Gamescom's going on right now. I don't really know when.
Yeah, we have more to talk about next week because Gamescom is coming up. We're right before any big news.
Yeah, exactly. So possibly we'll have something. But for right now, that's the news.
To me, with this, right? If it is Kojima, then this is just a way to make people feel exactly like Alberto said, confused and be like, "What is this?" If it's not Kojima, like I said, the game's dead on arrival. So this to me is just nothing more than like a little stint to keep the name in the news while they prepare for whatever's next, if they even have anything next.
Agree. So yeah, I feel like I don't really have much more to say about it. Yeah, just weird story. So guess we'll move on. We'll move on that one. Unfortunately, this is the smallest. Like, of all the times we talked about this is the smallest thing we ever mentioned on it. But hey.
There's just nothing else to really say, you know what I'm saying? At this point, everything's been said through all of YouTube.
Yeah, I've been talking about this topic for like 2 months straight, you know? And it's kind of a thing where it's at this point, everything that has been said. And I feel like all we're waiting at this point is for something tangible to happen. Like the app getting updated is probably like the next thing we really want to see happen. So we'll see what happens. But now we'll start talking about what everyone wants to talk about, which is the Xbox news. So Xbox had their Gamescom showcase, And how I wanted to do this, I'm going to just go down the list and just like talk about what they talked about. And, you know, we'll just stop and talk about each one of them if there's anything important. So, okay.
Can I just say the biggest news is what they didn't talk about?
Yes.
That's the biggest thing.
That is.
Can I just say I have less to say about this than the freaking Kojima thing, because there's literally nothing.
Yeah, because Xbox really sat there and hired people to talk about things that honestly I don't know why they did this. I mean, hey, it is what it is. We'll get to like what it is. You know, we'll talk about it. Let's go. All right. So first thing they talked about, or I guess it goes backwards because I believe Forza was the last thing they showed. But so we'll talk about it in the way that the article is shown. So Forza Horizon 5 unveils new gameplay and the cars on the cover. So there's new gameplay. The opening of the game was shown, which actually I'm actually very excited for this game. So like it was really cool. Like the stuff we saw was actually very, very cool. But yeah.
To me, my thing is, right, like, who the hell thought Forza wasn't going to be awesome? It's like, my problem is it's like, hey, listen, it's the next Forza. It's an upgraded version of Forza. It's nice.
That's true, man. It's like whenever a Gran Turismo comes, it's like you expect it to be a certain quality, and if it's since it's always been that quality, it's like, yeah, it's another good game.
And Microsoft, they've proven they don't miss with Forza. Like that is a year-to-year great game, like always. So
what I will say though, right, with Forza, because I showed the intro of the game, I will say this game feels a lot like Forza Horizon 4. That's like the only gripe I have with it. It just feels like kind of very much the exact same thing. Like it has the intro that's like a movie, and it has the same vibe. The vibe that's good. I mean, it's a franchise. You have to keep with the same theme and everything. But yeah, that's all I like to say. I do think the game looks really good though, and I'm very excited for it. So that's the only thing I could really say about it. But I guess we'll talk about the next thing. Age of Empires 4 unveils hands-on history feature. Yeah, there's like some like documentary or something. I'm like, I don't, no one cares. You know what I mean? Just like, it's a video game. We're not really here looking for like the documentary of history stuff. I don't understand. But Age of Empires 4, I mean, it seems like a cool game. It's like an RTS game, right? Have any of you guys played any of these games before?
I played back in the day. I played Age of Mythology. If anybody's an OG person, man, an old person like me, I used to. That's really the only RTS that I ever really got down on, and Age of Mythology was the shit. So that's all I can say.
I played Age of Empire 1, 2, and 3 on Game Pass. Listen. I'm a sucker for games that allow me to build and gather resources. You know what I'm saying? So for me, those kind of games, I always enjoy them.
Yeah. So this is an RTS game, right? So it's like kind of like a StarCraft type thing.
Yeah, it's closer to like Age of Empire. You know what I'm saying? It's like you pick an area.
Yeah, I'm asking the franchise, like Age of Empires, like is it?
Oh yeah. It's kinda like on a like StarCraft.
Because it's not like Civ though, because Civ is a whole different thing, right?
It's like Civ, yeah. It's way closer to Civ than StarCraft. Yeah, 100%.
Well, what's the difference between them both, if you don't mind me asking? Because I'm an RTS noob.
StarCraft is more like mission based, right? And you collect. StarCraft is closer to like Halo Wars, like it's mission by mission, collecting resources, building up like certain kind of people to attack with, certain kind of people to defend with, and then the level ends, you go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? It like progresses through a story. In like Civ and stuff like that, you literally start as nothing, and the goal is just to make sure that whatever route you choose to take, whether if it's technology, religion, science, any route you choose to take, your goal is to get to success faster than the other people on the map, so you don't get nuked and killed.
On Civ, do you change the map, or is it just one static map, and then you play the game and build up from there?
Yeah, I believe. I believe it changes every time.
So yeah, my question actually, because I mean, not to get super deep into this stuff, but in Civilization, is it an RTS? Like, is it an RTS? Like, is it a real time? Are you moving? Is like the other like? Because I usually look at it as like a competitive game. I really don't look at like the single player stuff. I'm thinking of it always as like me versus you. Is it a thing where like it's not turn based? It's like real time. You know?
It is turn based, but it's
okay. So it is different.
We both get that turn. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a turn to do. So even when it's your turn, I still have things happening and things accomplishing. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't just stop because it's my turn. Like the main thing about those games is they don't stop. The world's continuously progressing because it's going through time.
Interesting. Let me see. Interesting. I was just wondering. I was wondering if this one was like that, or was it like Civilization more? I honestly didn't.
It's more like Civ. It's about resource management, having the right people farming, having the right people mining, like collecting gold to upgrade your town so you can get better things, more progression. Like it's a very slow paced thing. Like I remember in Civ, I played like an online match that I'm not proud of. It was like 150 turns, and I sat there the whole time just strategically playing it. Because again, it's just how it is. It's your turn, but my turn doesn't stop. Like you use your turn to strategically set it up for when it's not your turn.
Okay. Interesting.
Those games are definitely not for everybody.
They're not. So yeah, again, because I was just looking on Wikipedia, because I was really trying to see like the actual like on paper what the difference is.
Oh yeah, because asking me is horrible.
On paper, yeah, it does say Age of Empires is a real-time strategy game. The other one's a turn-based game. So they are. So this is more like StarCraft than it is like Civilization.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be the same concept though. So loud thunder. It's gonna be the same concept. It just happens to. Yeah. Oh, loud as hell. But yeah, still the same concept. It's resource management, stuff like that. It's just, I guess that one's just real time. You know what I'm saying? There's no turn.
Nah, man, those games are fun though. Like I know they might look weird and like boring or whatever because it's like these top-down games, like PC games. I mean, they are PC games, but
they are. Yep.
Those are really good games though.
I mean, I think you got to be a really analytical person to like those games. You gotta like numbers and resource management and stuff like that.
It's like honestly, if you want me to simplify, it's like City Skylines. Honestly, just with a different skin. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Civilization's like that though. I feel like you have to clarify because Warcraft and StarCraft and Age of Empires are different games than those games. Because same thing with SimCity and all that stuff. That's more like Civilization, I believe. Because yeah, I never played Civilization, but I've seen it. I've seen things about it. And from what I understand with those games, those are just like, again, turn-based. And you're just like, that's more about building a civilization. The other ones are war games. Like, they're specifically about like actually like building facilities and like dragging and dropping people and moving them. Like literally, and they're moving like real time. And you can't stop them. And the other people who are playing the other people are doing the same thing at the same time. It's like Halo Wars, like how you said Halo Wars.
Okay. So yeah, so then, and you're saying that's Age of Empire, right?
Age of Empires are like that, yes.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. This is why I'm very excited for Age of Empires because Civilization, I think that game is cool, but I do think how JT's saying is like that one for sure is more analytical because you're really worrying about like the religion and you're talking about technology and all that stuff. Within StarCraft and Warcraft, those are again very much about just like building infrastructure just to like produce war machines, like whether it's soldiers or tanks or whatever, but it's all happening in real time basically.
It's like better resource management than your opponent, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Bro, have you ever played Advance Wars, JT?
I have.
Yeah, me and Ant. What was we played like a clone of that game. What was it called? Do you remember?
War Groove.
Yeah, for the Switch. Right? I remember years ago. I remember seeing you both would play like that.
It's
disgusting. Like a week at a time. You guys would have.
Bro,
like,
that game is so good.
Yeah, because the game was so good, right? Because it's like it's a turn-based, tactical game, right? Yep. So as long as we start the game together, JT, right? I could answer it and it stays online, and whenever you log in, you answer it. And when I come back, we used to play it for weeks at a time because it literally was designed like that.
It was such a good experience, man. I definitely miss playing that thing, man. But yeah, if that game, so Advance Wars, think of Advance Wars without the grid, and also whoever you're going against, there is no turn. So it's like it's just constantly going, So it's very like it's a lot scarier, but it's fun. It's definitely a fun game. But yeah, I haven't played StarCraft 2 in years. I used to love that game. StarCraft.
And I just want you guys to know still, right? Because like I said, when you play Age of Empire, it's still similar to Civ in the resource management because. I'm telling you right now, right? Those games, they start out real slow paced, like super slow, right? Because nobody's gonna have the resources, the army, nothing to move anywhere else. So everybody starts out slow. But when those games turn into war, like, oh yeah, if you're not ready, you're done. You're out.
Bro, man, I used to play. I remember, you had to like. I remember in StarCraft, like having to go like make people go like hit minerals and stuff because you needed minerals to like build this one thing. It was so fun.
In Age of Empire, you have to take people to remove the wood from the forest so you have more space to build. Like it's really strategic with everything you do.
We keep talking. We're going mad deep in this, but I love this stuff. So basically, you have to have like I would like send people to like walk around to open up the map because also the map would be all completely black, so you can't see where the enemy was even at all. So you had to have like 100%. A little support group just walking around.
Did either one of you ever play Age of Mythologies? Because that's exactly what that sounds like. And
that's the OG version of what we're talking about. That's literally it. And it's the scariest thing in the world when you're sending a scout crew, because normally they actually have a scouter that you send out. And when you go find another person's village and you see them and you notice like, oh, I'm really behind. That's a problem.
Yeah.
I love those games. They're fun.
Really fun. But yeah, I will say I am very excited to see what Age of Empires 4 is about. I don't know if it's coming out on Xbox. Is it only coming out on PC? Anyone know?
I don't know. Honestly, I thought I would hope it comes out on Xbox.
I'm saying, wasn't it the Xbox show today? That'd be weird if they showed it and it's only coming out on PC.
I mean, well, you know how
Microsoft
Microsoft
sounds like
is
Xbox.
Now. Yeah,
sounds like their whole
I wouldn't
infrastructure.
put it past them. I'm just saying it sounds weird.
They announced.
Yeah, Gears Tactics came out on PC first before it ever came out on Xbox. So
100%. And arguably it was better on PC than it was on Xbox.
Yeah, well, I mean, all the games like that, I will feel like they would work better on PC, but. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Listen, that's those are we're talking about highlights, and I think this is probably the biggest highlight right now is Age of Empires. But let's keep going. Okay, cloud gaming comes to Xbox Series X and S.
Still stand where I stand with that. That's not
game. Oh, okay. You can stream the games now. That's
yeah.
Cool.
You can stream on console. Listen, cool. Cool in theory. When you play and you figure out it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, I had a Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for like a month. I wanted to try it, and it just was bad. It was bad. Yeah, that's all I can really say about it. Microsoft Flight Simulator celebrates Gamescom with major updates. So they're gonna have like a racing mode or whatever in the flying game, which is cool. It's just weird, right? Because when you read all this stuff, we're talking about Age of Empires, the racing game, and then the flight simulator. It's like
a lot of sim games.
Yeah, they're all sim games. Yeah. They're all like very like this is the type of stuff when I was a kid, I look at PC gaming and be like, that's like boring games,
Absolutely. These are the type of stuff when I was a kid and I couldn't afford a PC or anything. I'd see that and like, man, I wonder what the PC people are doing. They're just out here practicing flying, like legit and everything.
Yeah, it was like this, and then I remember like Doom and like Quake and stuff like that. That's all I remember. The Half-Life, I was like, they're all like these weird, like either first-person shooter games or like these weird like management games or something. I was like, what is the point of this?
100%.
I was like, I'm gonna stay on PlayStation with my Grand Theft Auto and stuff. Like, I love that. So
still holds true today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, so let's keep on. Simulator. So we got Sea of Thieves. What the hell is this? Oh, so there's going to be a Gearbox cross Sea of Thieves thing. So what's the game called? And the game you like, Borderlands, right? Gearbox, that's the people. There's a Borderlands like ship or something in the game. So there you go.
That's pretty lit.
Okay.
I haven't. Just real quick. Oh my God. I don't have the platinum in that game because it's broken on the PlayStation 5 and two trophies don't load. Like literally, I have all the locations discovered and everything done. When the trophies are fixed, I'll get the platinum.
Okay.
No thoughts on that game at all, man. I don't like pirates, so I've never even touched it.
True. Okay, the next game bro, I'm telling you, Xbox, they're the kings of talking about games like forever, the same thing. The next update we have is on State of Decay 2. Like, bro, who cares about State of Decay 2?
So they announced that the next an update that they're gonna have for a game. They didn't even say what the update is.
No, they have something here. I'm just looking at this. I'm just laughing.
I'm not curious. I'm not curious at all.
No, I got you.
The problem is that we have a State of Decay 2 update in 2021.
Yeah, that's what surprised me more than anything. All right, but I will say what it was.
I will say the problem is we've been talking about this damn Xbox conference and they have no news on Halo. I'm just gonna keep on.
No, I know. I'm gonna keep reading these lists. I'm gonna keep reading this entire list, and they are not gonna talk about their biggest IP that everyone's like super excited about this fall. I don't understand why they did this, but whatever. Okay, yeah, but return to Trumbull Valley with State of Decay 2 Homecoming update. So I don't know. It's an update about
return.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Listen. I'm gonna just read the ones that matter. I'll just let you know that there are updates on stuff, right? So, Wasteland 3 got an update. So there you go. There's more Wasteland 3. Okay, this one's actually interesting. So Techland dives deeper into parkour and combat in Dying Light 2. So there's like more gameplay of Dying Light 2 out there. Dying Light 2 is going to come out December. So that's really cool. I mean, Dying Light is a very interesting game. It came out early, or I'd say early. PS4.
Dying Light 1 was good, man, but I think they have way too many ambitions for Dying Light 2 with the story, like how they have a dynamic story mode where everything you do can change the story going on. Every single game where they say that, it never pans out the way they do, including Mass Effect. It never works out. So I think I think so many people are going to be disappointed when it comes out.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked the first game. I played that game a lot. It was a really fun game. So, I mean, I don't have my expectations like super through the roof or anything, so I think I'm pretty settled on that. Like I'm pretty cool with it.
I'm not talking about nothing gameplay related. Just specifically, they've been hyping up the story.
Oh yeah, the story. Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. The chat last week was telling us that gameplay is what makes a masterpiece. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Let's not get into that. Okay, Crusader Kings 3. Okay. Yeah, okay. Crusader Kings 3. That's probably some type of Civilization game. I 100% believe that's what that is. So, Humble Games is bringing incredible indies day one on Xbox Game Pass. So there was a lot of indies being shown. I heard that, and I saw some that actually looked really good. And that's really it. That's it. That was the entire show. It was 90 minutes, bro. 90 minutes.
So they 90 minutes of nothing. People can't get that time back.
I didn't, bro. I was never gonna watch that. Absolutely not. That's ridiculous.
I'm glad I didn't. I wanted to be surprised. I'm glad I didn't waste my time, man.
Well, there you go. So that's the Xbox showcase at Gamescom. So I want to ask the one question here because we're gonna move on to the next topic, which is just Halo in general. So yeah, they didn't talk about Halo. They didn't talk about Halo, the release date or anything.
We're gonna talk more about Halo than Microsoft right now.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Matt in the chat just says, we only care about Abandoned. Bro, I'm going to tell you right now, I only care about Abandoned, you know what I mean? But we have to run a show, you know what I mean? I got to talk about Xbox, I got to talk about these nonsensical things, you know? I'm sorry. But,
yeah, no, I mean, listen.
I feel you, man. I'm telling you, hey, if I could, man, I'd sit here, I'd talk Kojima all day, man. They know.
Yeah. I literally, if I had 3 wishes, I would wish that Microsoft didn't have this. And I would use my other 2 wishes on news for Blue Box Game Studio, so we had something fun to talk about. Because honestly, if the most hype we got on this Xbox conference is Age of Empires 4, it's just what is, I'm literally
that's a problem.
It's a thing of like every single time Xbox has the chance to like this is it because like. Think about how quiet Sony's been lately, like literally silent, like when it comes to anything good, right? And it's like this is the perfect time.
That's because Sony's letting the sales speak for themselves, man. Sony's letting their sales. So you're right. This is the perfect opportunity for Xbox to jump and just push whatever they want marketing.
Yes, because sales speak, right? But sales don't make for good content. E3 makes for good content. Games Fest makes for good content. Why in the world?
The day before Gamescom makes good content.
Yes.
And they messed it up. They dropped the ball there.
And they literally, all they have to do is come out and just say what everybody wants to hear, and they win publicly because there's nothing else. But it's just, and somebody in the comments said, what a bunch of ponies. Honestly, I feel really bad for you that you're not, because what are you doing over there? Like, literally, what are you doing on your Xbox? Because if this is what you have to look forward to, no release date for Halo, a bunch of games that just don't matter, it sucks. Like, it sucks that I can't be hyped for Xbox.
Yeah, I fully admit I'm a pony, man. I was born and raised on PlayStation, PS1 back in the day. But I mean, I don't hate other consoles. I think the more people playing the games, the better. What has Xbox been doing? Francisco, let me know. What did Xbox show today that got you hyped? You let me know.
I'll be fair. I still want an Xbox. You know what I'm saying? But I want it for personal reasons, not because you need an Xbox or you're missing out.
The only reason I want an Xbox is so that I can put the a PlayStation 1 emulator on it and I can play PS1 games 4K in 60 FPS. I want an Xbox to play PlayStation games on.
I'll be real. I'm an Xbox 360 guy. I did not rock
trash.
I did not rock with the PlayStation 3. I was a 360 guy. It's just, that was the golden years. I wish.
I'll go to it and say I was a PS3 guy, and I'll tell you the PS3 they lost that generation. The 360 ruled that whole generation. They lost badly, and the only thing I could say, what I think happened, is I think Microsoft got too cocky because everybody had a 360, and they just been playing catch up since then. Like, I don't know what else to say.
I'm looking forward for Halo Infinite. Gears, the new Gears of War is going to be made on the new Unreal Engine, so I'm hyped to see how that's going to look like. But unfortunately, Xbox is missing, and as the generation keeps going, it becomes a little bit more unacceptable. They're missing that big, like, you need to be on Xbox because of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's non-existent.
It used to be you needed to be on Xbox because this is where we got Halo, and if you want to play the local co-op multiplayer game with all your friends there, go on Xbox. What the hell? Halo now doesn't even got co-op.
They even fumbled the bag. They fumbled the bag with Call of Duty. Like it was like a competitive Call of Duty was on Xbox. Like you wanted to play online, you went through Xbox. You want to have party chat, you go through Xbox. Like they were doing good. The one thing that Xbox always suffers from, and it's what upsets me the most about the Xbox community, because it's like, listen, it doesn't make you a hater to admit this. It's just the truth. Xbox has all the services. They have them all. Everything you need. They're missing games, and I'm not talking about the way the Switch puts 35 games on the store every day.
We're not talking about the studios they bought. We're talking about tangible games that they need to release. They got nothing.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about Game Pass games. There's plenty of good games on Game Pass that are credible and should be mentioned. But I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the big Xbox game. You know what I'm saying? The hype factor for Xbox can't be that I don't have to pay for Hades. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to do on my PlayStation 5. Like that's not the solution.
Yeah, that's the hype. But listen, let's just get to the topic here, because we're going to get to a lot of things to talk about Xbox, really. So first thing I want to talk about is Halo Infinite campaign not having co-op or the Forge mode at launch. So
delay it.
Yeah, so what that's the whole situation here.
The craziest thing about this is that they were going to release this game last year.
Yeah,
they were going to release this Christmas. So if they delayed it by a year and they still don't have co-op, and I don't care, I really don't care about the Forge. I really care about co-op. I think that's the main thing they're missing. What the hell were they going to release last year? What was it going to be?
I understand that you say you don't care about Forge, right? But literally, Forge is the way you make custom games and what made Halo so popular possible. Like, bro, like
no, man. What made Halo popular possible was multiplayer.
If you go back and you
before the Forge was there, the thing that put Halo on the map was multiplayer.
Forge was Halo 3.
I'm literally
Halo 2
talking about.
got really famous.
I'm talking about Halo 3 when you look at it. Halo 3 is the one where the most people played. They got the most time on. When you really look at it, I'm talking about the majority of people found the love and enjoyment for Halo through Halo 3. And as it progressed forward, those are key features that are in it. And to not launch with those things like co-op campaign, like these campaigns literally aren't that good because they're co-op. Like they're meant to be played with people and friends.
I agree with you, but I would just say it like this. I agree that Forge is important. I just don't think it's as important as co-op, campaign co-op.
Oh yeah, that's more important.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think people would be happy if Forge was still there and there was still no co-op campaign? I think they would still be pissed.
I think they would still be upset, right? But then you would have the fallback of, listen, we have the multiplayer, we have custom games that people can make and play with. People get really creative with those things. It's like it's just another thing you're taking out of the game again. And it's like, if the game can't launch full, delay it. You know what I'm saying? It's been like what, 700 days without an exclusive. Like, just delay it. Who cares at this point? like literally, who cares? Just delay it and make sure that Halo comes out as good as it needs to be.
Whenever they do the next update, I want to see like a high-res 4K picture of Craig or whatever that is. Yeah. I want to see the new picture of how he looks.
I want to see the crevices in his skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. It's just like, for real, honestly, delay it, because Halo Infinite, whether if it comes this year or later next year, like, bro, as long as it comes out good, that's a win for Xbox. What's not a win is pretending like we're going to support this game for the next 10 years so we can launch it unfinished so we can fix it later. Like,
if anything, that trend of releasing unfinished games and then patching and fixing them later, that's dying. We've passed that. So that trend allowed Alberto to buy a steelbook game of Cyberpunk for $10 a few months after it released. It's still not done. I own it. It's still not complete.
No. I'm actually trying to figure out the details of this because I guess my stance off the top from reading like just the headline saying that it won't have campaign or Forge mode at launch, which would just leave the multiplayer. To me, I don't say delay it. I think that's perfectly fine because isn't the multiplayer just free? So it's just a download. So what is it like? What is my big confusion of this whole game is like, how is it packaged? You know, like, is the campaign and co-op going to be something you buy? Because I'm just confused. You know, I'm just truly confused. Because I would say personally, in my opinion, if it's just a multiplayer that's like that free to play thing, which is what they've said it's free to play, then there is no issue because I just feel like that's a separate product anyways, you know? Just like Warzone is like separate from Call of Duty Vanguard or whatever it comes out. It's just like it's a free-to-play game.
Is the co-op mode, is it supposed to be something completely separate, or is it the campaign?
I think co-op is just a campaign.
Co-op.
It is. I think the campaign. Every campaign of Halo has been a co-op experience. So
that's what I'm saying, man. If they don't really, I really think if they don't release, it's not going to release with it. So I think this game is it's going to be a dud. I think it's gonna get review bombed, and I think people are just gonna shit on this game so bad, man. And I'm gonna, if I had an Xbox, if I have an opportunity, I'll play it and I'll give it a fair chance. And I love the Halo series. It saddens me to see how bad Microsoft is treating it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I 100% agree with the idea that this is a weird situation because, you know, like, again, people are like used to buying games or at least like seeing a game as a one product. But with this whole situation, they're very much looking at this, from what I can tell, as like two different things or something. Because if they're okay with dropping the multiplayer right now, then I don't feel like it has anything to do with the campaign or whatever else they're talking about. It's just very strange to me. I don't get it. Because, like, how's it going to work? You're going to drop a free game, people are going to play it, and then out of nowhere, you're going to be like, oh, pay for a co-op. When it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's like the Fortnite thing. Like,
well,
Fortnite wanted you to buy the co-op part of that game, but it's like no one bought that. Like, why would you buy that? It's like stupid. So, I don't know.
For the case of Halo, obviously, you know, the multiplayer is going to release as a standalone, I think, right? And then when they release the game, obviously to incentivize people to buy the campaign, there's just going to be things that when you buy it, you get perks for the multiplayer, skins, you know, a bunch of different things that they could give you to motivate people to buy the whole package instead of just... And big problem here, right? Let's not forget, this is coming to Game Pass, so there's probably literally no plans to sell this game. It's just going to be how it is, you know what I'm saying? People aren't going to buy the campaign. They're just going to download it on... It's going to be on Game Pass. You download it. Because honestly... if you try to download Warzone as a standalone when you own Call of Duty, it's impossible. You have to download like the whole multiplayer. You have to download the whole Modern Warfare, and then you get Warzone, and then from there it's more easy to delete the game. But it's going to be like that. It's going to be on Game Pass. It's going to be the campaign on Game Pass and the multiplayer.
Okay, so okay, so I have the actual, like, because I didn't read the article. Usually when I do this whole thing, I kind of just bring up, like, the articles. I really don't read them. That's my own fault. But, okay, so I'm going to give you the actual details here. So, basically, they have stated, right? So, 343 has stated that the co-op campaign mode will be released as Season 2 of Halo Infinite's post-launch content, and then Forge mode will be part of Season 3. So, they're saying Forge mode will be 6 months away from the actual launch of the game. And then I don't know how much that will be for the
They should just delay it by 6. They should just delay it by 6 months.
I'm sorry. As even though we can argue about the overall importance to Forge, 6 months without being able to customize the online world of Halo that's just too long. To me, that's way too long.
Yeah, I will say, listen, right? As a player, I don't really care because I'm like, okay, I could play Halo quicker. That's fun. I could just sit there and shoot around and have fun and just like do multiplayer stuff, right? But as a business move, I think it's really stupid to again, how you're saying, like, drop the game without all the features, because when a game is launching, that's where most of the hype is around it, and it's like, if all the hype is there, it's gonna build up, and there's only gonna be multiplayer there. And then people don't have the chance to, like, customize the multiplayer or play campaign or nothing.
Did they actually put a release date for Infinite? Do they actually have a release date yet?
Absolutely not.
Oh no, that's a problem too. Yeah.
This seems like, because the theory is that they're gonna show a trailer with the release date at Gamescom or the whatever's happening tomorrow. So I think, man, that they're trying to get it out for holiday. And that's why they're trying to push it out, so that they can have as many holiday sales as possible.
Okay, but, like, let's be honest, right? We've seen that spring releases are successful, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm not saying it's right. I don't agree with that.
They're wrong. Yeah, 100%.
Delay it, man.
Because think about it, right? We already got a Battlefield coming out this fall. We got Call of Duty Vanguard coming this fall. What we don't have is a certified shooter coming out in the spring. So delay it for 6 months, right? Let it, or even if you don't want to delay it for 6 months, right? Delay it long enough for co-op to come out, which would be if by what they're going, if Season 3 would be 6 months in, I'm assuming Season 2 would be at the 3rd month mark, right? Release it in the 3rd month so people could play co-op, people could play online. It comes out in spring, and 3 months is a lot more doable for people than 6 months without Forge.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to agree with you guys 100%, but I could definitely see where, again, just as a player, like, for like me, not like a huge fan of Halo, like just a game I want to play and have fun with, and especially, like, again, this is, you know, a lot more people are gonna buy Xboxes this year, I believe, like, when, like, you know, because I think they'll have a little bit more stock for the holiday season this year, and it's a good thing to have, you know. With Forza, you'll be able to have Forza, and you'll also be able to have Halo. These are two big franchises that Microsoft has, so I can see the logic behind it, but I also see why that's a problem.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? The Xbox doesn't sell 100 million consoles like PlayStation, right? So you being a PlayStation person saying like, oh, as not a gigantic fan, I want to just play it, you know, it's how it releases, whatever. The reality is most people who are going to play Halo are Halo fans, you know what I'm saying? So even though there's some newcomers or some younger people who won't care, like I want you to play the game too, which is why I would like it to come out released, you know, complete, so you could actually sit there and experience Halo, not a broken version of what Halo could be, because it's like it does it more injustice to you than it does to anyone else, because I have the memories to go off of to be like, listen, the 6 months when Forge comes out is going to be fun. You literally don't have those memories. You don't have any of that. So for you, looking at certain parts of the game and then just be like, oh, it's okay, they don't come out, I'll just play the online, play multiplayer, it's free. It's like, yeah, that's horrible for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Matt in the chat says, let's be real, all we really want is Battle Slugs tactics. So he may be right. So with that, let's move on to the next topic, which is an actual positive topic for the Xbox brand. So, you know, we kind of been a little bit neutral and also a little bit negative on Xbox, but the next topic should be positive, you know. At least for me, it's positive, but there may be other people on the panel here that might have some smoke for this. So let's see what happens. But basically, Psychonauts 2 reviews have came out, and it scored very, very high. So 87 on Xbox and then an 89 on PC. So basically around that higher 80s place. So yeah, Psychonauts 2 comes out. It's supposed to be out today, I believe, or tomorrow. And it's just not out yet from what I'm seeing in the chat. But yeah, so it's be coming out on Game Pass. It's be coming out. This is the interesting part about it, right? It's coming out on Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PS4, but no PS5. So that's one thing I realized. So it's not coming out on PS5 at all, because obviously Microsoft now owns the studio, and they only have the obligation to make a PS4 version of the game, not a PS5 version of the game. But when you play it on PS5, there are going to be benefits. You can play the game at 1440p at 60 frames, but you're not going to hit the 4K 60 like you can on Xbox. So
Little Lamb already asking me for my thoughts, right?
Getting called out, man.
I'm getting called out. All I'm gonna say is, right, this is definitely a dub, right? And this is great news. If you go back to the episode where I shit on the game, I shit on the graphics. I said the game could come out and be good, but it's really good news to see Psychonauts 2 come out. Why? I like platformers, so I'm happy to see a platformer thrive in 2021, and that's not Mario. I think the game, from what I hear, a lot of people enjoy it. It's a cult classic. I didn't think that it was going to launch bad. Again, from pictures that I've seen, what happened? What's so funny about that?
This man, he's stumbling on his word. This is like the damage control like crazy. He's talking about, I don't think it's going to launch bad.
If you want to talk about it's not. Hey, go back to the last podcast. It's all on the internet now. It's all on the internet. Go back to that podcast. I never said nothing about the game. It reviewed well. I'm a strong believer in reviewers. I think you should play a game for yourself before you make an opinion. But generally, when a game reviews well, it's for a reason. When the general people come together and say, listen, this game is good. But the one thing I don't agree on, this is not a dub for Xbox. I mean, it will be a dub in the future because it shows that this studio is still capable of making a good game. But this is not a win for Xbox. I could play this on my PlayStation 5. Like that's completely, that news right there, that's fake news. That's the capping and everything.
My question, so again, we're not done with you yet, because my question will be, will you be playing this game? Or is the game too ugly for your eyes? Okay, the no is what I mean.
Why would I play this? I'm not a fan of the game. I didn't really play the first one. I didn't play the exclusive PlayStation game that you need to play in order to get the whole story, right? That one, I didn't play that
exclusive VR game, right?
Yeah, I didn't play that VR game, so I have no interest in actually picking up the game because I don't know anything about it. But it doesn't change the fact that I still don't look at it and say, "Oh, wow, what a sexy game!" Like, if that's what you wanted me to hear,
would you agree that 87 is pretty high, 89 is pretty high? It's pretty impressive, right? Would you say that?
I think that is. Yeah, I said that's impressive, 100%. I'm a firm believer in reviewers, and if the general conception of this game is almost a 9 out of 10 throughout across the board, then of course, then the game must have something there that all reviewers are seeing and picking up. So if you're a fan of the game, I think it's a big W. But saying that this is a W for Xbox or anything like that, no, that's a lie.
Yeah, I'll answer JJ in the comments here. He's saying that he was interested until the PS5 got chopped. I was actually interested until I found out there was no actual physical version of the game at all, which is like kind of stupid because I actually wanted to buy it physical. Because I actually was like, I want to give it a shot because I've always wanted to play this game, but I never have. But at this point, I'm just looking at this game as like, oh, I'll play it whenever I get an Xbox, and it'll just be on Game Pass. So I'll just try it there whenever it comes. Or I might just play it on PC. I'll just try it. I don't know if I'll really go ahead and beat it or anything, but tonight, if I still have Game Pass, which I don't know because I think it's running out soon, I'll see if I could download it and play it and see what's up because it looks beautiful. Yeah, unfortunately, I will say it does look really nice. The graphics look really, really good. And yeah, I heard the story is really good. That's one of the main parts. Is when people talk about it, a lot of the reviewers are saying the best part about it is just like the storytelling, the character, the writing is just so good, and all this stuff. The gameplay and the combat are good. They're serviceable, but they're not anything deep or anything. Again, it's a platformer. But they're saying that, and a lot of people, even Kofi, one of the guys, from the community, he said that he likes it more than Ratchet and Clank, and I could see why. I could 100% see why. And I
just want to say this. Even though you guys think I'm a hater of the game, I completely believe that 100%. 100%. To me, Ratchet and Clank is more of a kids game. I don't really see a difficulty or a strong story to pull you through it. At least Psychonauts 2 has a story that's going to pull you through it with character development. So I 100% believe that Psychonauts 2 is more enjoyable than Ratchet and Clank.
If anybody's fans of the first Psychonauts, I mean, the best way I heard how somebody reviewed or described this one, they said it's a direct sequel to the original game from the 2005 or whenever it came out. So I mean, they said it plays like an enhanced version of that. Like they literally went and they took the design tropes from that and just brought it to current day.
And honestly, that's such a good thing to hear, right? Because sometimes, JT, that's all you need to do for a game. Like a game like this, that's all it needed. It didn't need to do anything crazy or anything that they're not used to. It just had to be a better version of the game that people love, which was the problem. Like,
with Crackdown 3. The last game I heard that was like that was described in that same exact way was the Samurai Jack game that came out like a year or two ago.
Yeah,
which was
wasn't that game very difficult?
I turned it on the hardest mode, man. I still haven't beat it.
I actually played a game on my phone. I played on my Backbone on Apple Arcade. It's actually on Apple Arcade, so that's what I was playing.
Oh, that's good.
But damn, what was I gonna mention? I was gonna mention because I know. So I was talking about Tim Schafer. Tim Schafer, if you guys don't know who that is, Tim Schafer is the guy who directed this game. He actually made Grim Fandango. He used to work for LucasArts, so there's that. So the biggest thing about this guy, all of his games get critically reviewed very well, but they never sell. Never since the
LucasArts days.
Yeah, exactly. They never sell.
And let's be completely honest, Game Pass is not going to help that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I mean, I'm just happy that he's able to make a game that's still reviewing well.
Was Psychonauts 2, was it crowdfunded or did Microsoft pick up the deal?
It was crowdfunded, but I believe when they bought them, it was like they were like, okay, well, we're going to make it even better now because we have the money to really, really do stuff. So there's that. But I'll give you another little fun fact about the game, which I think Anthilgar will like, and also Little Lamb shows here. The main character is voiced by Invader Zim, the main character from Invader Zim, and also
that's pretty cool.
The I don't know whether another main character in the game is voiced by the person who does the Gur character from Invader Zim. So yeah, a lot of like I heard that this game is like one of the coolest things about it is like Invader Zim, like very like a lot of the people who worked on it worked on the game too. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Now I have a serious question for you. Right? If I wanted to go back and play the first one because I'll have to play the first one at least before I go to the second one. Is that even possible on PlayStation, or that's the thing where I need to buy an Xbox?
No, the first one's on PlayStation. The PS2 game's on PS4. Yeah, you can play it. So you can play, and you could literally right now you could play Psychonauts 1 and 2 on PlayStation. There's and the Rhombus Ruin, the VR game. It's all complete on PlayStation.
Yeah, actually, literally the only place to play it completely is on PlayStation.
It is on PlayStation. That is true, 100% true. So, but I will say a lot of the reviews say that you could just play the second one straight up because they have a really good like movie that recaps everything because they had that very much in mind that it's a game from a very long time ago and they prepared like a good little like recap. And they said it does a really good job at like catching you up. But people are saying like, it's really good.
I'm not interested in the game at all. I don't like platformers, and I don't like the art style for it. But I haven't heard anything bad from it. It hasn't got review bombs. So I mean, if it looks good to you, go pick it up and play it.
Yeah. So there you go. I'm excited. I think I'll try it on Game Pass if I can tonight. If I don't have Game Pass, I don't think I'm gonna buy Game Pass to play it. Probably not. But I'll just probably whenever I get an Xbox, I'll probably play it like that. So. Yeah, seems Seems like a pretty fun game, pretty good game. So pretty happy for Microsoft having a good game under the belt for the first time in a very long time. So we'll just have to see what they make next, right? We'll have to see what all the studios make next.
Not really under their belt, you know what I'm saying? I'll say slightly on top of it.
just almost under the belt, almost.
Yeah, okay, I'll be fair, almost. You know what I'm saying?
Is that a lowercase W for Microsoft?
Lowercase W for
big lowercase. I'll tell you this much: I think the biggest W for them is that clearly, like Psychonauts, the studio going back and making a movie to recap because they're not stupid to think that everybody played this game, is definitely showing that at least Microsoft has a smart studio under their belt. So I'm excited to see what they do next for sure.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Because these people were struggling, man. Because they came from LucasArts, and then they made this game, the first one, and then they were trying to make this game for the whole time. They made other little games like in between, but yeah, this is their biggest release since like a very long time. So pretty happy that they're able to do that. But okay, next story. We're going back to PlayStation, back to PC, kind of in this realm. Well, Epic Game Store reportedly offered Sony $200 million minimum guarantee for their PC games to come to the Epic Game Store exclusively. And obviously, I guess because we're hearing about this, it didn't happen. And so they say 4 to 6 games that they wanted to have for $200 million. So there's not really much for us to say here. It's more just give us our opinion.
Oh, I have something to say with this, right?
Go ahead.
What happens when the Fortnite money runs out? Because like the Epic Game Store is definitely not sustainable. They're projecting to lose money until like 2026 or something like that, right?
Bro, the Call of Duty money hasn't run out. What makes you think the Fortnite money is gonna run out?
Because literally, Fortnite isn't even as popular as it used to be now. Like it's gotten to Call of Duty doesn't need Ariana Grande to bring people back to play it. You know what I'm saying? People buy that religiously every year. But Fortnite's not going to be Call of Duty. It's really not. It will fizzle out after a while.
To be fair, I mean, we can't say Fortnite money because that's not what Epic Games for. Epic Games is not known for Fortnite. I mean, obviously now they have a big game under their belt, but they make every game that exists. Like they run the engine. They buy the engine.
Obviously, so but even still, right? They're they've gone in the whole hundreds of millions of dollars. They're projected to not make a profit until like 2025, 2026. They had a failed pitch of $200 million to PlayStation. My question is, like, what? Like, where's all? Like, how? Like, how is this in any way approved? How is this sustainable? Like, I don't understand Epic Game Store's strategy with this. Like, I'm a firm believer. Sometimes you have to spend money to make money. Like, I believe that 100%. But I don't know, man. You know, 6 years of not being profitable, just keep dumping money. It's already come out that they're not making that much of a return on their investments. I don't get it.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe again, I don't know. I really don't know what the point of what they're doing is, but I will say they do have the money to do so. And I think honestly, at the end of the day, it's kind of a thing where I think Epic Games is just they're doing it for the principle of like the developer split thing. And also the fact that, because remember how they were like giving money back to developers because like they're giving refunds like that didn't even have to go to do. They went back in time to give refunds for things that didn't even matter. They're just giving people money. So I don't know. I just feel like Epic Game Stores or Epic Games. I keep saying the store, but Epic Games in general, they're just into like they just have so much money. I feel like they just don't care and they really care about the gaming industry, I guess, and they just like want to do as much as they can. So. Hey, and they want to compete against Steam.
I see them. The only company that I can compare them to is like Amazon. Epic has so much money. How can they fail?
Yeah,
they can lose money. They can lose money for this long and still pull a profit.
And there's another one. The other one I will say too is Microsoft. Microsoft's the same thing. That's why Game Pass. They do Game Pass. Why they do all this nonsensical weird stuff. They don't care because it's like we don't care. We just have money.
Like even you got to think about it like this: if the whole Xbox, all of Microsoft gaming were to fail, just like Sega and Microsoft say, you know what, we're just going to close down. We're not going to make any games. We're not going to do anything. Every single computer you're using right now uses Windows. You know,
it's not even. It's like so much.
Yeah,
it's so much more than that. They sell hardware. They sell hardware. They sell software. Like obviously software like to the max. They have so much software out there. But hardware, like Microsoft is such a huge company. It's like Apple. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. They have so much money. People don't realize that's why they can pump out so much. They can give out all this fodder on Game Pass. They have so much money. They can't fail. Xbox would have closed. Yeah. Even if their gaming division closed down, Microsoft will not fail. They have too much money.
And literally, when you look at Epic Games or Epic in general, the Unreal Engine, there's so many games. So there's been so many years of this engine being alive that I wouldn't even know the percentage. I'm just coming off of my head, but I would probably say like I'd say 60 to 70% of games in the past like 10 to 15 years have been made on that thing. So all the profit and the money that games made from that, they made it too. You feel me? So like they've been controlling the whole industry for a very long time in the software wise and the engine on stuff. So again, look, I could see why they can offer $200 million.
Hold on, real quick. They made so much money that they opened up their own store where they can sell stuff at a loss.
Exactly.
Until 2025.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Look, I'm gonna tell you guys the truth, right? Everything you guys said makes perfect sense, but again, it just from a business standpoint, trust me, you don't go to investors and say, I care about the gaming industry. That's why we're about to dump a few $100 million into nothing. You know what I'm saying? When you just look at it, like I said, they've already talked about this not being profitable for them anytime soon. They've been taking a loss since the store opened. Like, again, it's just, I would love to sit down in the investors meeting and just hear the logic behind this, because what kind of return are they expecting from this in 2025, 2026 when this becomes profitable? I mean, is it going to amount to a few $1 billion? Because chances are no, because the gaming community doesn't even like the fact that the Epic Games Store goes with exclusivity. So if the community's not behind it, they're not going to sell.
The other thing about the Epic Games Store, too, they give free games without even having to subscribe to them at all. Like, you don't pay them at all.
Because we talk about... Game Pass.
The only reason I have an Epic Game account is so that I got a GTA 5 when they.
Bro, I got GTA 5 for free too, and just like so many random games, they just give you free. I'm just like, why?
And you guys bring up Game Pass and stuff like that with Microsoft. But even if Microsoft is taking a loss for Game Pass truly is a moving factor for gamers in the community. And a lot of people like Game Pass. It's a thing that actually can sell consoles when the right games are put into it. It sells consoles now with the kind of games they have. So, like, again, even Game Pass makes more sense, right? Apple, let's say, I'm not exactly sure about this, but let's say they sell phones at a loss. Well, guess what? They combated that loss. They don't come with headphones no more. They don't come with charging. They don't come with charging boxes. So you're telling me they're not.
Apple sells literally everything that they sell is at like 500% more than it costs. Like insane. Insane.
Even more to my point that all the companies you name don't just dump money the way Epic's dumping them. Even if it looks like that, when you break it down, I just don't understand.
Hold on. Let's clear this up.
That just makes me think that they must have so much money. We probably can't even imagine how much money they got.
I don't think that so much money is an excuse to spend money like that.
Let's clear this up. Let me just say this straight up. Why are you even mentioning how much money they spend? Because in my eyes, when I look at this story, I go, oh, the reason why Sony didn't do that is because they're offering them way too little money. Like $200 million is nothing. Like, that's way too little money. They should be asking them for a lot more if they wanted this. So that's what I look at. So I don't know why you're even bringing up how much money they're spending.
The article is literally about how much money they offer Sony. So whether you think it's too little for PlayStation or not, I think that it's a horrible move to spend money for exclusivity deals on Epic Games Store when, again, they're not profitable.
Well, I mean, hey, listen, it didn't go through. You know what I mean? It didn't go through. PlayStation probably has their own plans for PC. That's what I would think. And also I do think that they just probably just like, yeah, that's just not enough money for us to like go and like chase that. So yes, I could see why you're talking about like the money thing, but to me, what I take away from this more is just that they're not even like giving a good like amount of money. They're not really being persuasive with their offer here. Like, it's very much like $200 million for 4 to 6 games, but I feel like Sony could just launch their own launcher and drop these games to get 100% profit off of it. So I don't know about that. So yeah.
Again, it still boils down to whether if maybe they didn't dump so much money already, they could have been able to afford Sony for more. But it doesn't change the fact that the exclusivity deals from Epic aren't working. It doesn't matter, what money we choose to look at or what deal they're choosing to look at. It's not profitable for them. So I'm happy that Sony said no to that nonsense, because again, those games notoriously sell worse on the Epic Game Store. The Epic Game Store takes a loss out of them. It's just a big L all the way around for Sony to involve their name in. So I'm happy that they didn't offer more or whatever it is,
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. All I will say is that's their problem. I don't know. I feel like they have a lot of money. I don't know what the hell their point of what they do. Like I always thought it was weird when they were doing the store thing and everything. And yeah, that's just Epic Games. That's the way they move.
I thought it was weird, but I was like, listen, I like it. You're doing this a few times. You got a few big games so people could come to the store and try it out. But like, it's 2021 now. I'm saying? Like, at this point, I don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, so let's start talking about more things that probably don't make any sense. Next thing we have here is Saints Row may be announced very, very soon at Gamescom. So on their website, saintsrow.com, I'll probably check it out right now, Saints Row. So basically, it just says like rebooting or something like that. So yeah, there's just an image that says rebooting. So people are suggesting that there's going to be a reboot of Saints Row. So probably not a sequel to the games or a remaster, but a reboot.
They can't do a sequel because the last Saints Row game that came out was, and I played all of them. They're stupid fun, but I mean, the main character, you're in hell. You're in hell, literally fighting the devil. Where were they going to go next with it?
Yeah.
And the one before that, you had superpowers, and it was like you were in like a computer program in the Matrix. Yeah, you were the president, and aliens came. So I mean, like, how much further could they go before they reboot it?
Yeah, no, it definitely is a moment like that. I've seen a lot of people talk about this. I was listening to another podcast, and they were talking about how if this reboot doesn't mean that they're going to go back to like Saints Row 1 and 2, that they don't care. So I don't know, I want to get your guys' opinion on this. Like, do you like Saints Row basically going, hey, we're going to be a ripoff of GTA. Okay, we can't compete against Rockstar, so we're just going to make fun of ourselves and make a parody of GTA instead. And they went that route, like heavy with like 3 and 4 and the one you're talking about, the going to hell thing. Would you like to see them try going a little bit more serious and going back to the gang stuff and back to like the normal street stuff, or stick with the comedy?
When they were with the gang stuff with Saints Row 1, I mean, they really didn't come into their own with Saints Row 2, because Saints Row 1 was damn near like a generic clone of GTA. And I mean, why would you play a clone of GTA when GTA 5 is still going on 3 generations in? So I mean, I think they had the right idea by splitting off and doing their own thing. I just think they took it too exaggerated. They went way too far with it, being in hell and everything.
Okay.
Like personally for me, I don't care about Saints Row when it was.
My bad. I don't want to cut you off. I like Saints Row. I like Saints Row more than I like GTA, and that's probably blasphemy to people who play GTA. But I'll just tell you some backstory. My older brother growing up, his favorite series was GTA. So I've been playing them since GTA 1, 2, and GTA London, like the top down before it was 3D. Yeah. I've never been a big fan of GTA, so I mean, I like Saints Row that they did their own thing.
Okay. Like for me, it's like you said. I always thought GTA was. I mean, I always thought Saints Row was just a GTA ripoff, and then by the time I noticed that it wasn't a GTA ripoff, I was like, "What the actual hell is going on here?" You know, like starting by climbing on a rocket, listening to Chief Keef, and again, even though I think it's funny, and I think that there's definitely people for it. Like, to me, whatever they do with it is whatever they do with it. But I definitely don't recommend go back and try to copy GTA. Like, that's not the answer.
Yeah. So I guess my take is a little different. I really like the games. I think Saints Row 3 is a really fun. I think all like the crazy ones are really fun. Like Saints Row 2 and stuff. I remember I didn't really play much of them. I always played GTA at that time. I was like Saints Row was always kind of like it's like a cheap knockoff. So I really didn't care about it that much. But until Saints Row 3 came out and all that stuff, those games were really fun and really cool. But I will say the only thing that intrigues me if they were to go back and being a little bit more serious is that we'll be able to have a GTA, a new GTA, you know, because we just don't have a game like that, you know. And Rockstar is just going to take forever. They're never going to like be consistent with this enough. So
do you think when Rockstar comes out with GTA 6, if and when it eventually happens, do you think they're going to do it super realistic like how Red Dead is? Because I think that's the main draw. The difference between Saints Row and GTA was that GTA was like a simulation, a crime simulator, and Saints Row was like an arcade crime game.
Yeah. Man, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. I think GTA 6 is probably going to be very, very serious, like more realistic. Like, but the real good question you're saying there, using like with the tone, because GTA 5 was still very GTA and not very very serious. But I think Red Dead 2 was like very, very, very serious. That game was like. I always said Red Dead 2 felt like a Naughty Dog open world game. Like that's the type of tone it has, like, and that's the type of polish it has. So I really wonder how they're gonna do with GTA 6. Like how serious are they gonna go with that? Are they gonna take themselves serious? Are they gonna write? Like I don't know the direction.
The rumors are is that they're going back to Miami for Vice City and everything. Yeah. So I don't know how you could. I don't see how they could do I don't see how you can do Miami without it being a parody. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how you could do Miami super serious. It wouldn't like. I mean, it would have to be like a Scarface. Like it's as serious as it could be. Scarface is awesome, but Scarface wasn't realistic at all.
No, it's like campy. It's like a little, you know, a little bit campy.
Perfect word, campy.
Yeah, it's very campy. But see, that's one thing is like, I just feel like again with the direction that remember because like with Naughty Dog, right? When they made Last of Us, and then they made Uncharted 4, you felt like the remains of the Last of Us and Uncharted 4. It was like very serious, a lot more slower game, and I'm just like wondering if with Rockstar they're gonna have that same type of effect where it's like. We made a game that was like super serious. The acting mattered. The writing wasn't stupid. Like we're gonna be as serious as we can. I'm not saying GTA 5 is stupid or anything, but you just definitely see a big tonal shift in the studio. The only thing I will say is that Dan Houser left the company, I believe. I know one of the Houser brothers left, and like
it was Dan. You're right.
It's Dan Houser, yeah. So they're like he was like one of the main writers on this stuff. So I don't know like what's gonna happen. You know, I'm pretty sure most of his writing's still gonna stay within GTA 6 because you know. The game been in development forever, so we'll just see what happens with that. But to get back to Saints Row, what I was basically trying to say is that because GTA takes so long to come out, it would be interesting to see if like Saints Row could be a good product that could, again, they don't have to like stray away from the comedy, like for sure do the comedy, but kind of keep it not superpowers and not just full blown crazy. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like they could just like do the comedy within the gang stuff and within the street stuff because that'll be interesting. But I just feel like if the trailer we watch tomorrow or like next week or whatever is just a trailer of like someone flying in the sky and like punching aliens or whatever, it's like I'll be a little bit more disappointed than if it was like someone driving in a car and like it was like a normal looking like a life city thing. You know, that'd be really interesting. But I guess that's my take on it. But yeah, that's Saints Row news. Very excited to see that come back. They actually made a game. What's the game called? Agents of Mayhem. You guys know about that game? Anyone know about that?
Nope. Is that a free-to-play game?
No, they actually after Saints Row ended, after they made the Get Out of Hell DLC and everything, I forget the developers' names, but they made a game called Agents of Mayhem, but that was in the same universe as Saints Row, but literally no one knew about it, and the game flopped insanely. Like, and it was like a weird, like, it was a single player game, but it should have been a co-op game. That was the biggest issue with the game. So.
I just said I'm a fan of Saints Row, and I'd never even heard of the game, so that sounds about right, man.
Look it up if you care, but it was a PS4 game, so you know how all the other games were like mainly like PS3 games. That was the only one that was like mainly a actual PS4 game, but it flopped like crazy because mad games around it came out and made the game just not really perform well. But yeah, so we'll move on to the next topic here. Another game release, a game announcement is Call of Duty Vanguard. So we got information on Call of Duty Vanguard. Vanguard finally. This is actually the first time in a long time, or I don't even know if I would probably say ever, that we got an announcement for Call of Duty this late in the year, because they usually happen on the NBA like finals. That's usually when they show like the new Call of Duty trailer. Like so, maybe like May to June around there is when they usually show the new Call of Duty game. But this year, I mean, I think we all know why it took this long to release the game, and that's because of the Activision situation, and also in the trailers and in the box art, from what I can see, Activision's logo is taken off of everything. So that's very interesting to know. But
hey guys, our logo's not on here, so we didn't have to get sued from the state because we push people to suicide, because we're a shitty company.
I mean, yeah, they covered themselves real well, so that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Honestly, Call of Duty, that's another one I have nothing to say about. Really?
Did anyone see the trailer? Did the trailer have rap music in it? I don't know if I imagined that or not.
Oh, this new one? I'll look it up. I honestly,
I will say the only reason why I'm saying that, and I'm for the chat, you can see I'm black. I'm half black, so okay. I feel it. I see it's really patronizing whenever they put like a black person on the cover and then they make the trailer filled with rap music.
Oh wait, so I'm not sure. Is that what's happening?
I'm not sure. I don't know if Call of Duty did that, but I may have dreamed it. But I could have sworn they did.
Yo, and if just big claims. Hold up.
I apologize. I apologize to the chat, but I could have sworn this is something.
Let me see the image of the Call of Duty. What's the game called? Vanguard.
Vanguard, yeah.
Let's see. But listen, I'll be fair, right? One of the best trailers, my favorite trailers of all time, is the Eminem trailer, the Modern Warfare 2, the Till I Collapse one.
You're not black, man. Or matter of fact, I'll say it's a personal thing with me.
It's Eminem. It's Eminem. You know, it's
they stick a black person on the cover and then they gotta make it a rap. But the perfect example, if anybody saw the first Suicide Squad movie, as soon as they introduced Will Smith, they got a rap song playing.
Oh no,
come on now.
That's the least of the problems with that movie. That's there's so much.
You're right, 100%. But I'm just saying it's
no,
a personal
I get you.
pet peeve of mine.
No, I don't think,
bro. But Doctor Strange was dressed in mad drip, bro.
I seen that. I've seen that. That's pretty funny. I was like, this is a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely ridiculous.
This man got the cape with the bubble jacket on.
Yeah,
I seen a meme that said cosplayers picking up something to eat before they go to the convention. He just has to have the outfit on.
Yeah, that's funny. Nah, but I can't find the actual cover. Nah. So
listen, let's just say this, right? I buy almost every Call of Duty that comes out. Yeah. This Call of Duty, it looks the exact same of what we've seen every year, right? And honestly, with everything going on with Activision Blizzard, I already don't really purchase Activision Blizzard games anyway. So I kind of just told myself, like, listen, unless that company doesn't have the workers, wanting to kill themselves and everything like that, then I have no interest in supporting any of their games. So Call of Duty Vanguard, hard skip.
Yeah, I said all that, and I don't even play Call of Duty, so it don't even matter.
100%.
So I guess
if it has a rap song or not, I wouldn't change it.
Listen, to be fair, I guess on the panel, I'm the biggest Call of Duty fan that there is, and that's not saying much because I haven't really played Cold War that much. Ant played more Cold War than I did, so
I played more Call of Duty than you recently, and
yeah.
I would not call you the biggest Call of Duty fan in this podcast at all.
Yeah, I for sure I am, 100%, no question about it, 100%.
Just because you remember some match from when you were 13 years old don't mean that you're still a hardcore fan.
Like, remember, I played PS3. I didn't have Halo. We all played Call of Duty. We had no other thing. So yeah, I'm telling you right now, for sure, Call of Duty is my thing. And also, my dad was the person who introduced me to Call of Duty on PS2, bro. I used to play Call of Duty on PS2. So I mean, I
remember my first Call of Duty was Call of Duty 3 on the PS3.
Yeah, mine was for me was Call of Duty 2, the big red ones. That was a PS2 version of the PC or Xbox game or whatever. So there you go. But yeah, I hated them in the beginning. I used to hate Call of Duty. I think that was like the most boringest game ever. I was like, what is this? Until Call of Duty 4 came out. I remember that's when I realized, oh, it's like a game where you can shoot each other, so that's fun. But yeah, yes, I do think I probably am the biggest Call of Duty fan here. So this weekend, the alpha is coming out.
I think somebody defending Activision in the chat. It's like, because they said, I didn't know Activision was a Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer? Are they the people who made Mafia?
Oof, I don't know. Mafia is a 2K thing.
Activision owns Sledgehammers.
Who's defending Activision? Do you not know what's going on?
No, he's not defending it. He's just saying, he was saying that I think what he's trying to say is, it sucks to support the game because he didn't know that Sledgehammer Games was Activision Blizzard.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what other games they made. I mean, honestly, like I don't even know Call of Duty.
I thought they only made Call of Duty. Honestly, I didn't know that if they made any other game, I didn't know about it.
It's Sledgehammer. I know they have two different teams. One they like alternate on different years.
The two main ones, Infinity Ward and then Treyarch. But Sledgehammer was introduced back into Modern Warfare 3. So Sledgehammer made.
Okay.
They co-developed it with them. But their first game ever was Advanced Warfare. Yes, so I remember that. Yes, so.
And let's be honest, like Advanced Warfare, played that game a lot. I played that game a lot. That was obviously like a part where, like, personally, I lost interest in Call of Duty when it became so floaty, so flying around. So
is it the one where they like try to copy Titanfall? They went to space and you can run on the walls and everything.
At that point, I wasn't really sold on Call of Duty no more. I played the zombies a lot because I thought all the little tropes they had in the multiplayer were like outstanding for zombies. But like as a multiplayer game and anything like that, I did not like those games. Advanced Warfare or Infinite Warfare, I didn't like either one of them.
Infinite Warfare is that's the one I never played. I never really even played. I played it.
That's the one with Kevin Spacey's the bad guy, right?
No, that's Advanced Warfare. Infinite Warfare is Jon Snow from Game of Thrones.
Really? Damn. So there's like a Call of Duty I didn't even know about.
And also, what's his name? The guy who broke his leg. What's his name? The MMA fighter. Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor. He's in Infinite.
He's in a Call of Duty game?
Yeah. Call of Duty Infinite. See, and did you know that? Did you know that?
I I don't play campaigns of Call of Duty games.
I'm just letting you know. I'm telling you, like I the other day I tweeted out a list of like, my top 10 Call of Duty games too.
Again.
I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know.
I'm judging it off of how much you actually sit there and play the game, not how much you talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, but I'm telling you, go look on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Go look on PlayStation.
Oh yeah. Let me scroll down to your PS3 games.
I'm just letting you know. Even PS4, bro. Even PS4. I'm just letting you know.
Let me scroll down. Let me scroll down 8 Call of Duty games so I can see Alberto finally put 50 hours into a game.
Listen, I'm not happy about it, but yes, I am the person who 100%. I'm 100% sure I have the most hours in Call of Duty than you, because JT doesn't even care. I'm just
listen. Absolutely. I'll tell you right now, both you play more than me.
I'm gonna tell you straight up. If that's a notch you want on your belt, you got it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm literally, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even be admitting this because I think it's like a great thing. I'm just saying. I just know it's true because I've literally asked Sean, asked anyone else I've played. We've played Call of Duty like literally all day, every day. Like, that's what we used to do. So there's that. You know. Because
I can tell you right now, between the last 3 Call of Duties, I have well over 300 hours combined. So I mean, like I said, I have hundreds of hours of Call of Duty. But either way, it's like you said. I don't. Like I said, if you want that Call of Duty fan, #1 fan, you got that, my boy.
Do either of you know where is Vanguard taking place? Is it like World War II?
World War II. Yep. So there we go. That's so my.
Because that's the only war that ever happened. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you can't say that. Call of Duty definitely covered a lot of the warfare, different type of warfare. So, like, they've definitely done a lot of shit. It's just that I just think that you have to know when to pull the cards correctly. I think World War II, when they did the Call of Duty World War II, was a good move. Obviously, the game wasn't well received that much, but yeah, you know. But yeah, same thing with Battlefield. You have to know when to pull it. Same thing with Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5 failed. Why? Because they went with World War II. When the game right before that was World War I. And, you know, you have to just play it right. But all I'm saying is this Call of Duty, I think this is Call of Duty is going to fail, like, big time. This is going to be another Ghost. This is going to be another Infinite Warfare. It's going to be among those.
Yeah, which Battlefield was it? Where, like, they had, like, some chick with, like, a prosthetic arm and, like, a katana or something like that. Is that the one that bombed?
Yep. You're talking about Battlefield 5.
Yeah, the last game, yep. It failed bad. Because the developer said...
With the female Keanu Reeves.
I'm not saying it failed because there was a female on the cover. I was just asking. I know.
I will say why. I know it. It was because it was World War II, and also the developers obviously went to fight the gamers. They're like, oh, I have a daughter, so blah, blah, blah. I don't know. He was saying crazy stuff. You know what I mean?
The big issue with that game was, right, it literally, JT, I'm sorry, the game flopped because there was a woman with a bionic arm on it. Literally, exactly what you said is what it is. Because what happened was, right, that when that game came out, a lot of people, the biggest complaint across the internet was, that's not historically correct.
Yeah.
And then instead of just saying this is our take on it, right, the guy came out and said, well, I have a daughter, so I would like my daughter to believe that she could have been a part of history. Like that's not. I mean, that's not the answer.
Listen, it's not as black and white as that. I will say though, I have video clips on my phone. I think I'd be saving a lot of YouTube videos on my phone because they just make me laugh. There's a clip I had. I remember it was a funny one. It was like this guy on YouTube. It was like clear, like the people were insane, bro. They're like definitely like racist, bro. Like this guy was like watching the trailer. He's like, oh look, there's a black guy. Then there's another black guy. I was just like, bro, like leave it alone. Like who cares? Like they're just like ODing with it.
Yeah, but I'm like, right, JT, like, black people can't get credit for World War II. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, all right. I'm like, yo, like that. You know, like that's okay. Like I don't know. People are going a little bit crazy with it.
Black people didn't exist until after World War II. You didn't know that?
Nah, yeah, my fault. I forgot about that. But yeah, that's the issue. It's like some people, again, SJWs go too far. And then there's some people on the other side just go too far too. Like sometimes it's like, bro, listen, y'all don't like the game, y'all like the game. Developers also just keep your mouth shut. Don't fight. You know the gamers. Like, hey, they don't like your game. Don't like your game. You don't have to sit there and like cry about it and like yell at them.
Not to mention, right, on a more serious aspect, they didn't release their battle royale with the actual game. It came out months later, and then they immediately stopped supporting it because it flopped.
No, but you know it's crazy, right? I seen like on TikTok there was like a little time on TikTok it was popping off. Like people were like. There was like a video that went viral. There's this guy, he was playing Battlefield 5's Battle Royale mode, and no one in the comments,
Guard or something like that.
Yeah, no one in the comments knew they even existed. And they're like, yo, this looks awesome, and like mad people started playing the game again. So it was a really like. So I heard the Battle Royale was actually really good. Just again, people didn't like Battlefield 5 at all. They hated on it. So
yeah, it sounds like the developers shot themselves in the foot by talking too much.
That's what it was. Yep. You just can't get the people like. You just can't get the crazy people online to like get you to break like that. You gotta ignore them sometimes and just like, bro, hey, You messed up. You can't be doing that. But I guess we'll move on to our last topic of the evening here. We got Skyrim 10-year anniversary edition.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm there, man. I'm all there.
Listen, they added fishing. I'm a goddamn loser, bro. I love fishing in video games. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about fishing in video games that really hooks me, but they added fishing to Skyrim. Listen, I didn't need a reason to buy it. I'd have bought it if they would have literally just re-released the same version that I already own. But they added something to it, bro. I'm there 100%.
I don't even need fishing. You know what? I've been playing Skyrim since 2011. Since opening day, and I'm probably going to continue playing Skyrim as long as they keep on releasing it until the day I die. So
I remember in 2011 when Skyrim came out. Right, I was at a disconnect with video games at that point, but I remember I got super stoned, and then I played for like 11 hours straight just listening to "Pursuit of Happiness" by Kid Cudi, and I was so mind blown because at that time my TV was broken. And the sound didn't work well, and I couldn't read the subtitles because the TV was just old and dumb. So I just explored. That's all I did. I explored, and I had such a good time. And then I never touched it until like 2014, where I picked it up again. And I love that game so much, so much. I own it so many times, and I'll own it once more.
Yeah, nah, man. I'm definitely gonna play it just because it's gonna be a PS5 version of the game. So that's really cool. So you're gonna be able to have like the adaptive trigger stuff. You're gonna be able to have 60 frames per second. For once, finally.
Yeah, oh my god, adaptive triggers. Like, if I needed a different reason to play a stealth archer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's already like one of my favorite ways to play the game, and now you're gonna make it feel even better.
Yo, isn't that Skyrim the one where you can dual wield different spells? You can probably feel like the fire pulsating in your hand.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
I need Skyrim to be around so long that the controller will make my hand feel hot and cold at the same time. That's how long I'll be okay with buying Skyrim again.
Yeah,
so give it.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I give it that Nintendo pass, bro. Honestly, they get it for me. I'm not a big fan of Bethesda anymore, but Skyrim, keep feeding it to me. I'll be there every time.
Yeah. So actually, another thing that came out with this announcement is that Skyrim has officially beat the record of the most ports of a game ever released. It beat
RE4.
Resident 4 was the other one. So there you go.
That's crazy. I think I own damn near every single port of RE4. That's crazy that Skyrim beat it.
Yeah, I'm trying to read the list. I don't know if this is the list here. Okay, well, we'll read this one. So we have Skyrim Special Edition PC. We have Skyrim VR. Skyrim Special Edition Nintendo Switch. Skyrim PC, the original Skyrim. Then Skyrim Special Edition Xbox One. I guess those are the same thing. I guess they're breaking it down like that, like each version of the game too. But the most interesting one is the Skyrim Very Special Edition, Amazon Echo. So there was a voice-based version of the game too. So there you go. But yeah, so it beat the record of that, and yeah, so we're getting a new Skyrim game, so that's pretty cool.
I already own like the little version on the PlayStation 4 that gets the free upgrade, so. I'll be there day one, 100% playing the 60 frames per second. Fishing.
What I will say about that, there is a situation with that, and I don't understand it like that well. So when they do that, I think this is going to be a PS5 like update. I don't know if it's going to be like the PS5 game you're going to get for free. Is this going to be like free updates to make the game run at 60 and stuff like that?
That's all I need.
Yeah,
that's all I need. All I need is the game to run at 60 frames per second on my PlayStation. I'm good.
Yeah, no. Listen, I when they drop this, I want to buy the actual disc. So I'm gonna be excited for that. Because if they are gonna really lock away PS5 features from it, because I want to have the adaptive triggers and like the DualSense stuff. So I definitely have to buy the PS5 version of it.
That is true. If that's how it's gonna be, then I'll buy the PS5 version too. Again, I literally said it when it started. I'll buy it every time if I have to.
Yeah, me too. So I really don't care. But yeah, it come out the same day as the original day it came out back in 2011, so November 11th, which is really, really cool. It dropped on 11/11/11 back in...
I remember. That in Arkham City came out the same day.
Oh, okay. There you go.
If that was the last topic, man, real fast, I just want to say this. If you guys haven't seen it, have you seen that game, Black Myth?
Oh, yeah. I did.
Okay, yeah. If anybody anybody's interested in a crazy looking I think there's only like a small development team. There's a crazy looking karate game where you play a monk. You play the story version of where Dragon Ball Z gets its story from. It looks crazy as hell.
The game is changing.
Wait, what? Is that like a thing?
That's the story of Son Goku. It's from an old Chinese tale.
100%.
Oh,
That's where that's why Goku went in Dragon Ball. He has the power pole. He has the flying Nimbus. That all comes from an old Chinese. I don't know what you call it, an old Chinese myth.
Oh, okay, okay. And that's what this game is also based off too?
Yeah. The game, from what I saw, it looks like a sequel to the old Chinese tale.
Okay, okay. Yeah, and also the game is actually running on the Unreal Engine 5, so that's like one of like the biggest things about it. So yeah, graphics
looks beautiful, man. It looks really good.
I will say this. Stardew Valley has an esports team now. You know, shout out to Little Lamb. I'm gonna say shout out Little Lamb. If she was here, she would want this to be said. So I'll say it for the both of us.
What is the point of that? What is the point of that?
So okay, so I read up on it just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't play Stardew Valley like that anymore. But basically, each team that's participating in it, they got a list 2 weeks before the event starts, right, on the actual goals that are going to be needed. And basically what it is it's a race to have the best farms, the race to get to the mines level 100 first on the skull taverns. It's a race to get to a certain level of the farm. It's literally people are strategically planning because remember, in Stardew Valley, every day you have a certain amount of energy you could use, right? If you use the energy unproductively, then you just don't accomplish anything that day. Also, you know, if you go to sleep too early, then it will get you energy back, but there's things you miss out by doing that. So basically, strategically, people are trying to be the best in Stardew Valley. And I think it's absolutely hilarious. There's $40,000 on the line for this, which is just crazy.
Can you play as a monkey, though?
Bro, honestly, what if I told you you can name yourself Monkey?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's interesting. I mean, that's good. That's good for y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all got that.
It's just honestly, it's funny to see such a small game. I mean, it's not small because obviously like it's super popular, but it's crazy to see a game that truly is just an indie game just gets to that level of success.
That's true. I'm happy for anybody that's happy for that. But I just want to say, if you're looking at this the Black Myth Wukong game, look at the particle effects in the snow, man. You can see footprints growing. Like
the Wukong game looks crazy when he jumps on top of the pole. Man. He like jumps on top of the pole before the monster does the lightning. He's like that game looks really cool.
This looks nice, man. It's weird. It's looking at the trailer gives me the same vibes of like back in the day when you would watch like an E3 and they'll have like some fake looking game that the graphics are just way too good, you know? That's kind of how this kind of feels like. So I really hope it comes out. It's kind of like there's this one game that I saw someone mention. They were talking about the Xbox showcase. That one game, Bright Memory. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. It's a first person game, right?
Yeah, the first person shooter game. It gave me that type of vibe where it's like it just feels like, is this really a full real game made by a big studio, or is this like some just like indie studio making some game that just looks really pretty and hopefully it comes out and the gameplay actually works well, you know? Because from what I understand, that Bright Memory game plays like, you know, bad, very bad. So I wonder if this game, I don't know who made this game. I honestly just seen the gameplay. I haven't looked at anything else.
I think it's considered like an indie team. It's like I don't think it's a lot of people working on it.
Yeah,
from what I read.
It says from Japanese developer Game Science. So yeah, I don't know who that is.
Whoever it is, that team, they're pulling off some wizardry. Because I mean, look at what's going on the screen. That looks better than some AAA games.
Yeah, no, it definitely looks really nice. Let me just look up anything. I don't think they've ever made anything else. I think it's probably just like this.
I think this is their first game.
Yeah, there's not much on them from just the quick search here. But okay. Oh yeah, hold up. No, that's not them. At the center of controversy. Okay, hold up. I look it up and there's instantly like it's September 2nd, 2020. There's a boycott because the CEO of the company had sexual something.
Oh damn, him too? Everybody.
So there you go. This is the September 2nd.
Everybody, we got to cancel Black Myth. I'm sorry.
Yep. Take the logo off the box. You know what I'm saying? It should be fine.
Should be fine. Okay, what is this, bro? I can't even show this on the stream, bro. Like, yo, hold up. What is that? Has sexually explicit remarks?
Oh my lord! Now the stream's a little behind, so like I'd see what you were talking about.
Yeah, I had to scroll past that.
Yeah, it's just listen. You know, Stardew Valley seems slightly better now. You know.
Yeah, let's go watch some Stardew Valley gameplay. Hold up. Nah, I don't know.
My apologies, everybody.
I just want you to know that whole time, me and Little Lamb are having a whole conversation about you guys not wanting to talk about $40,000 for Stardew Valley.
Oh my god! I just yeah, I don't play that game. I just Maybe if it was Animal Crossing, I'd try it or something. I don't know.
I'll say personally, I can't play games where like you simulate living in real life because I could just go do that in real life. If I'm gonna farm in a game, why wouldn't I just farm in real life?
But that's because I promise you, your back won't hurt after a day of farming in Stardew Valley. You know what I'm saying? We can not sweat and kill ourselves.
But at the end, you can't eat any of your digital whatever that you just raised and you just farmed up.
That's debatable.
The worst game, like you're talking about the real life thing, the worst experience I had with a game was I worked at a restaurant at the time, right? And to come home and play Overcooked was the worst thing to ever do, bro. I used to be the most stressed. I was like, this is just not a fun game. I thought the game was really cool and fun, like a fun concept, but it's like I just came from work. I can't sit here and seriously play this game because this is gonna piss me off. Like I was like, nah,
I did the same with The Sims. I used to play. I had like all the Sims and all the updates of the original Sims before like 2 or anything like that, and I was playing it until I got a job. And then one day I came home from my job and I started playing The Sims, and I had to go to work in the job in the game, and I was like, never again.
I will say that Alberto, I completely understand you with the Overcooked thing. I worked with you in restaurants. I worked at multiple restaurants, right? But I will say, when you're not working in the industry, I noticed how calm I could stay in the kitchen catching fire while everyone else spazzed out. And I was like, can you guys just remain calm and fix this, please? Like, I feel like I looked at Overcooked so much more realistic than everyone else did that to me, I really felt like I was working. Like, I would tell people, I would tell my girl, listen, go get the rice because it's burning, move it over. I was telling Alex, go get that, do that. Like, it was weird. You know, it's a weird experience, but I love Overcooked, man.
Yeah, no, Overcooked is a interesting game, but yeah, that was one of those experiences where I see what JT's saying for sure. Like, yeah, some games, like, depending on what you're doing in it, it's like, bro, I can't do it. Like, that's Stardew Valley for me. I can't do it. Like, I just feel like that one's just like, it's too much, bro. I'm just like, nah,
little lamb. I had to say this on JT because I know this one's to you. She's talking about I'll mine virtually. Thank you very much. I don't want to take a pickaxe and swing it just so I can get some stone to pretend like I did something.
No hate there. No hate at all.
Oh man. But yeah, I guess that's everything I had for the show, guys. Yeah.
Slow week.
I mean,
thanks to Xbox.
It wasn't really a slow week. It's just that, you know, our prized possession, you know, it's
no abandon talk. But like I said, man, for everybody in the chat, if something happens with abandon, it's gonna happen this week. We should have something more to talk about.
Yeah, hopefully. So we'll see, guys. Yeah. We'll see.
Big hopefully.
Yeah, big hopefully.
Yeah, knowing these dudes, like it wouldn't surprise me if they just don't talk about it till January and be like, oh, remember us?
No, they're gonna be silent forever until January, and then they're gonna literally drop like a picture of Snake or something super on the nose.
It's gonna be Snake and Norman Reedus both throwing like thumbs up at each other.
Let me ask you a serious question. Did you say that they're gonna stay silent?
Yeah.
Yo, that's it, bro. Confirm Silent Hill. New video coming tonight, my boys.
All right. Oh man. All right. Well, I guess it's time to say goodbye. You know. So go ahead and give your outro.
Well, listen. Shout out to everybody for coming tonight. For whoever did show up. I know it's not the most interesting week for what we normally talk about, but I really appreciate it. You know, sub to me at Anthogar. Follow me on Twitter. You'll probably get more out of me that way than YouTube. But thanks for coming out, guys.
All right, JT.
Thanks for watching as usual and hearing my crazy rambles about nonsense. And you wanna check out my YouTube? It's Umbrella HQ on YouTube. I got some Ghost of Tsushima videos on there. I got some fighting game stuff. So thanks for watching, people.
And yeah, guys, for me, you guys know where to watch the show every week here on Tuesday, 7 p.m. We'll be here every week, dropping some news. We'll talk with you guys. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. We'll see you guys next week.